the legendary hero, Beowulf. In the land of the Danes, terror struck as the monstrous Grendel began attacking the mead hall of King Hrothgar. The beast's unrelenting ferocity left the kingdom in despair. Enter Beowulf, a hero of the Geats, known for his incredible strength and bravery. Hearing of Hrothgar's plight, he sailed with his loyal warriors to Denmark to face the fearsome creature. Beowulf and his men were met with skepticism by some of the Danes, who questioned his abilities. Yet, King Hrothgar welcomed them warmly, recognizing Beowulf's valor. Tales of his previous feats, such as his swimming contest with Breca, only heightened the anticipation of the battle to come. Welcome to Unraveling Mythology. This legendary saga, penned by an unknown Anglo-Saxon poet, has captured the imagination of many throughout the ages. The poem is set in Scandinavia and narrates the heroic deeds of the great Geatish warrior, Beowulf. It's an intricate blend of history, legend, and pagan and Christian elements, offering a fascinating glimpse into the cultural values and societal norms of the time. Now, let's get back into his epic first battle against the monstrous Grendel in the land of the Danes, where terror struck and a hero emerged to face the fearsome creature. Arriving at Heorot, King Hrothgar's grand mead hall, Beowulf vowed to defeat the terrorizing Grendel, with nothing but his bare hands. Rejecting the use of weapons, he prepared for a battle that would become legendary. That night, as Grendel attacked the hall, Beowulf grappled with the ferocious beast, engaging in a life-or-death struggle. The hall shook with the violence of their battle, until finally, Beowulf's immense strength prevailed, and he tore off Grendel's arm. Mortally wounded, the monstrous creature fled to its lair, where it met its grim end. The hall erupted in celebration at the heroic feat, but the victory was short-lived, as a new terror was on the horizon. Infuriated by her son's death, Grendel's mother, a terrifying and vengeful creature, sought revenge against those who had wronged her. In a rage, she attacked Heorot, causing chaos and even killing one of Hrothgar's closest friends, Aesir. The kingdom was once again plunged into fear, its people paralyzed by the thought of another merciless attacker. But Beowulf, undaunted and resolved to end the terror, took up the challenge. With determination and a select group of warriors, he tracked her to her underwater lair, plunging into the murky depths, guided by fate and duty. After an intense and harrowing battle, he stumbled upon a giant sword within the cave, an ancient relic with an edge still sharp. With this mighty weapon, he slew Grendel's mother, severing her head and vanquishing the threat once and for all. The kingdom could finally breathe a sigh of relief as Beowulf's heroism shone once again, affirming his status as a true champion of his people. After his triumphant battles in Denmark, grand celebrations were held. The halls of Heorot were filled with feasting, storytelling, and the joyful songs of bards, as warriors and nobles alike reveled in the hero's victory. Generous gifts were bestowed upon him, and King Hrothgar, moved by Beowulf's bravery, imparted wisdom and further rewards. With a heart full of gratitude and a newfound respect, Beowulf bid farewell to the Danish king, setting sail for Geatland. Upon his return to his homeland, Beowulf recounted his adventures to his own king, Hygelac, with a vivid narration that captured the essence of his courageous deeds. His fame grew, not just as a mighty warrior, but as a symbol of valor and honor. Laden with rewards and accolades, Beowulf's heroism was celebrated far and wide, and his name became synonymous with courage and integrity. The echoes of his triumphs reached distant lands, adding to the legend that was unfolding. In time, Beowulf ascended to the throne, becoming the king of the Geats. His rule was marked by wisdom, fairness, and a deep sense of justice. He governed his people with an unwavering commitment to their well-being, nurturing a time of peace and prosperity that lasted for 50 fruitful years. Yet, despite the tranquility of his reign, Beowulf's challenges were far from over, and fate had more in store for the legendary hero, foreshadowing trials yet to come. The dragon's wrath was fueled by the theft of a treasure it had guarded for centuries in its secluded lair. This lair, A dark and mystical cavern was filled with golden artifacts, ancient relics, and the accumulated wealth of ages. When violated by a lone thief, the dragon's fury was awakened, and it sought retribution, breathing fire and destruction upon the land of Geatland. Villages were consumed by flames, and terror spread among the people, leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. An older but still formidable Beowulf, compelled by duty, honor, and an unbreakable sense of justice, decided to face the dragon, recognizing the enormity of the challenge before him. His experience and wisdom guided him, but the battle ahead would be unlike any he had faced before. With the help of his loyal retainer, Wiglaf, he confronted the fearsome creature in a battle that was a clash of fire and fury. As swords clashed and the dragon's roars filled the air, Beowulf's mettle was tested to its limits. The fight was relentless, a battle of wills and strength that pushed Beowulf to the brink. Yet, with a heroic effort born of courage and determination, Beowulf killed the dragon, striking a blow that ended its reign of terror. The victory was won, but at the cost of the great hero's life, a mortal wound marking the end of an era and the passing of a legend. The people of Geatland mourned their fallen king, but his legacy would live on, immortalized in the tales of his valor. Beowulf's legacy was sealed not only through the extraordinary deeds in his lifetime, but also in the poignant ceremony following his death. His people, both mourning and celebrating their great leader, built a towering funeral pyre, marking the end of an era. They buried the treasures with him, a fitting tribute to a king who had given so much to his people and stood as a beacon of honor, courage, and wisdom. Lamenting their profound loss and fearing what the uncertain future might hold without their great leader, the Geats paid homage to a hero whose legacy would endure far beyond his time. Beowulf's story continued to resonate, a timeless testament to heroism that transcends cultural boundaries. The tales of his bravery, his relentless battles against terrifying creatures, and his wise rule as king were immortalized in the epic poem that bears his name. His deeds transcended mere folklore, becoming emblematic of the values of courage, leadership, and selflessness. Even today, in an age far removed from the world of mead halls and dragons, Beowulf's story retains its power. Whether in literature, art, or philosophy, the figure of Beowulf continues to inspire and capture the imagination, a symbol of heroism that speaks to the human condition, our aspirations, struggles, and the eternal quest for greatness.